During World War II, comedian Bob Hope traveled the globe performing for U.S. troops and bringing them a piece of home while abroad.
Yeah, spent some time here in the islands too, and now a world-class exhibit honoring the legendary entertainer found its way to Pearl Harbor, and it looks to be sticking around. Kamaka Pili with more tonight, and Ford Island with more.
He was a comedian, an actor, a dancer, an all-around entertainer, an athlete, a humanitarian, but probably most important to him was being a patriot. That's what made Bob Hope an American treasure. And that's actually the name of the new world-class exhibit here at the Pearl Harbor Aviation Museum. To find out more about this really interesting exhibit, we're here with its executive director, Alyssa Lyons. Thank you very much for having us and taking the time. You know, this, as mentioned, found its permanent home here. Being a traveling exhibit, what does that mean, and what can people expect when they come and visit?
It's a really great question. We are excited. A traveling exhibit means that it went to numerous locations around the country. For me, two of the most important and most significant locations is that it was at Ellis Island. Bob Hope was part of an immigrant family that came from England and went through Ellis Island. It was very important in the Bob Hope story to talk about how he rose from his humble beginnings to become so well known across our country. It was also at the National World War II Museum in New Orleans. So for it to be here and for this to be the permanent home means forever going forward, his archive and his story will be told here in the Pacific.
What is Bob Hope's connection to Hawaii, and what is the significance for this being its permanent resting place from now on?
You know, as we were walking through the exhibit with you today, we did take a look at the wonderful connection that Bob Hope had to Hawaii, performances on every island and multiple performances, friends with Don Ho and Jim Nabors, and really part of the fiber of the Hawaiian culture. But we were looking at this one exhibit panel that said in 1944, 100,000 servicemen signed a petition asking for Bob Hope to come and perform in Hawaii. So I mean, it's just an incredible reaction to the relief, I think, to the horrors of war that Bob was able to bring to our servicemen and women.
I think one awesome thing about Bob Hope was that he was able to connect with a lot of people. What is your Bob Hope that people walk away with after leaving this exhibit?
We really do hope that people will see that the value of laughter and that connection with people really helped change lives, gave people comfort. And we hope people will remember their own happy moments and the places and the activities that they were participating in and pass that on to the next generation. It is important for us to carry those stories forward. You know, one of the things that a lot of people don't know about Bob Hope is after his performances at these military bases, many of our servicemen who are out in the battlefield felt such a personal connection to Bob that they wrote to him about the horrors of war, things that they couldn't share with their families because they didn't want their families to worry. And Bob answered. He answered these letters to service people as though they were part of his family. So this is about family. It's about tradition and legacy.
Bob Hope's career spanned nearly 8 decades, passing away at the age of 100 in 2003. Many of his stories and successes now reside here in this exhibit. This exhibit is open every day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and it's free with the admission to the museum. So to get all the information, make sure you head to our website, KHON2.com. Kamaka Pili with KHON2 News, working for Hawaii.